Legends of Runeterra is absolutely exploding at the moment. It seems everyone is talking about it and the game really has a bit of energy about it, which is so great to see. I've seen so many comments about people wanting to return to the game, which is perfect in my eyes. One of the things I like the most about the new expansion is the new champions. They are absolutely amazing in terms of level up animations, design, apart from LeBlanc, who clearly needs a redesign because it does not fit in line with our lore, but that's a whole new video. But yeah, this video will rank my 5 favourite new champions in terms of which ones I feel are the best in the meta, best designed overall, and kind of just who's going to be the most impactful, who are the ones are we talking about the most. So this is Best New Champions Shurima Expansion. This video has been done in collaboration with BomberTV. Please remember to like and subscribe and turn on the bell notifications too. So let's dive in.
Will reign supreme!
At number 5 position on this list is Renekton. Renekton has a bit of a Darius vibe about him, both in terms of stats and with obviously the overwhelm keyword. He's a very efficient champion, but not so easy to level up, and the payoff is good, but not amazing, at that kind of late stage in the game. The third level up card of Renekton doesn't really work well on him, not because he isn't so great once he gets there, but getting there is so hard. Maybe we're just lacking some other kind of ascended cards or tools to help him out. Obviously it's quite hard to ascend him to this stage at the moment, and if he got there a lot easier, then he can truly become the god that I guess he deserves to be. I just feel there's a little bit rough around the edges in some spaces. Overall, still a very good champion, probably lacking some other tools and support. If these tools become available in future releases, there's no reason why he couldn't slay the meta. Speaking of slaying, compared to Nasus, I actually really believe Renekton has the more potential as it currently stands.
My God!
At number 4 position on this list is Jarvan IV. Jarvan IV is probably the most interesting champion in Demacia at the moment in terms of mechanics, which I guess isn't too hard when you compare it to champions like Shyvana and Garen, which are basically as basic as it gets. He's a burst attacker which generates strikes every turn and has the possibility to rally if you cast it on a scout. Just by hearing all this, you can hear how much more interesting it is, and he really has some potential to shape some much more interesting Demacia decks. Let's face it, we wanted something to spice up Demacia a little bit more than Mono Bannerman or the same old scout decks we've been seeing over and over. You can go for some new scout synergies, maybe with Quinn or Lucian or the usual Misfortune, but Jarvan IV has also elite synergies going with Garen. So he kind of bridges these two archetypes together, and I feel there's going to be some interesting Demacia decks that come out of this, so I'm quite happy about the way he's been designed. The reason he isn't any higher on this list is mainly due to the fact that even though he has many possibilities, I don't think many will become meta. Maybe 1 or even 2 if we're lucky. There's a chance I could be wrong with this one, but I feel all the attention's very much on Shurima, so the streamers are kind of influencing the kind of meta with the Shurima deck, so I don't feel Jarvan's going to get too much of the limelight.
Blade, sand, and treasure. Couldn't ask for more.
Number 3 in bronze position on this list is Azir. Azir is a very good unit which occasionally levels up, but you obviously need 35 damage to do this, so it's not the easiest. And she has the possibility of being a 1-turn kill, and I know you guys love decks that revolve around this. They're just more interesting to play and more interesting even to play against, kind of as you know what's coming and you're kind of doing everything you can to stop it. She's meant to be played aggressively with high attack units, and probably the best fit for her is with Riven at the moment, with synergies of both kind of focusing on high attack outputs and the blade fragments giving more keywords. If things do go to plan, you're going to be looking at some super high power cards with a ton of keywords. You're going to be hitting very hard. Additionally, after you achieve this, Tavir can give all the attackers for that one turn kill that I was talking about earlier, Overwhelm, obviously being the kind of most premium of the keywords I guess you're looking for. If you don't win that turn, Quick Attack will ensure your units stay alive, and you'll be able to do this all over again the next turn you attack. Overall, I think she's a very good champion which has a shot at becoming a meta deck, or several even. The only reason I'm not ranking her higher on this list is I feel the meta will be shifting away from aggro. We've had aggro for a while now, and a lot of mid-range and control archetypes will form, even a few combo ones as well. And it's going to give aggro a really hard time being for the next kind of, I guess, couple of weeks or even months. So let's wait and see how this comes out in terms of reality. Still, all things considered, number 3 on this list is very respectable.
I have risen, and with me, Shurima. Come, my destiny awaits.
At number 2, silver position on this list is Azir. And sadly, the Emperor does not sit on the throne on this list, and I know this will shock many of you. So let me clarify, he is a very powerful champion and he will dominate the meta still, and it was actually very difficult putting him at number 2 on this list. Azir is a very versatile champion and can be run in swarm decks, which we're seeing a lot of in the early meta for this new expansion. Some of them are Azir Zed, Azir Hecarim, or even Azir Lucian we've seen some of. All three have a common kind of swarming theme, which obviously work around his sand soldiers and the other swarm cards in those kind of various decks. Additionally, he also has the incredible output once he reaches level 3 and being up there with the best control tools in the game probably. But I have to say, one of the reasons he's ranked 2nd though is mono Shurima decks at the moment having some tiny kind of minor problems, and this is probably because we're missing some tools to make the kind of ascended champions get to level 3 that easily. Azir, I would say, doesn't struggle to get to level 3 too much, but Nasus and Renekton it's quite a lot harder, and I guess it doesn't really synergize well with the whole kind of control style archetype a level 3 Azir would be looking for. So overall, he's a very interesting champion which deserves to be high on this list, but this minor reason is why he's not number 1.
Life was fun. Who will we chase now?
Everyone, dear wolf.
At number 1 gold position on this list, drumroll please, is Kindred. Kindred is just a very, very, very powerful champion. As a standalone, he's okay body, which you obviously don't want to block, as not only the blocker is going to die, but then he's also going to mark the weakest enemy and kill that as well. So I guess you get your 2 for 1 each turn. But of course, he's not meant to be a standalone. In fact, he's very, very kind of has so many different uses and can be played both in control decks, focused on removing opposing units and therefore slaying them for the additional removal, and obviously the board presence, but also in aggro focused decks, focused on the swarming of the board and self-sacrifices to get benefits. Obviously Shadow Isles is great at doing this, and many new Kindred support cards actually supplement this theme quite nicely. Some decks that have started popping up in the meta of him are they who endure Kindred and Kindred Timelines Control. I recommend googling both of those as they are fantastic. Both of them have very good prospects of becoming number 1 decks in the meta. The fact he's seen so many different playstyles already in the decks that can fit him in is basically why he's number 1 on this list. A well-designed champion that's balanced, fair, but is going to be competitive. He could single-handedly make the meta turn into a control-dominated one. Is this something you'd like to see? And there we go guys, I hope you like this list that Bomber and I put together for our top 5 champions that were released in the Shurima expansion. I know you'll all be busy trying out the new champions at the moment, so I hope this list kind of helps you target where your wildcard spendings on the champions and the associated cards should be and which ones are going to be the most viable. In the comments, please leave your own top 5 rankings. It'd be amazing to see if your lists are similar to mine or completely different. Maybe a champion that's not even on my top 5 list, maybe you're number 1, who knows. But yeah, I'd love to see. What's your favourite new champion? I would love to hear in the comments. Up next is Top 10 Decks Patch 2.3, taking a look at the 10 highest win rates in the new meta once it finally settles. See you there. The data presented here is analysed by BomberTV using MOBA analytics. He's a Masters tier player with a background in game theory and game design. He took the most winning archetypes into master tier, excluding ones with small play rates, analysed their key properties on why they are so strong. Link to his channel is in a pinned comment and in the card above. I've recently set up an Instagram account, @LawGuides, and I'll be doing a giveaway shortly. Please follow this account for see posts about new videos, and will be in a chance of winning this giveaway. Please remember to like and subscribe, and turn on bell notifications too. See you next time, guys.